I I'm worried now. I'm worried. I wasn't worried until right now. It doesn't matter. Greetings, pals. It's troubling because now I've heard someone refer to it as Palia. It's insane. I don't know what this game is actually called, but it's spelled P-A-L-A-I-A. Dang. Greetings, gamers. Welcome back to Palia. I have heard it pronounced Palia, but I don't know. Anyway, wanted to finally give it a proper showing. I have given it a lot more time than I'm very paranoid about the recording. Those last ones, there were some troubles. So I wanted to give it. Number one, I sorted out all my video settings, all my hardware settings, etc. I'm playing on my Steam Deck now. And I figured out a way to do it without, I think, the microphone interfering too much. So I just wanted to give the game kind of a more proper showing, especially now that I understand it a little bit better, at least, in a sense that I could make it a bit more entertaining. I'm just like running around going, what do I do? So I do have bring treasures to Zeki. Man, that seems like a lot. I've met all the characters. I've done all the things. I just want to put something on the screen so you guys can see anything. I'm actually going to do like a quick farming run here because it, has been discussed in length in some of these video games that I've played. I love farming. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm always drawn to whatever stupid, like farming material they have. But they just you get your own dirt, you get your own plots. You do have to hoe the land. I don't ask me why this is entertaining to me. It just is. These are the kind of games, it's just like what I want to play, and I can do it all day long, every day. Like this game, as I have mentioned, is totally free on Steam, but it's also totally free on Switch. I played the Switch version. It doesn't look quite as good, and actually the PC version looks really good if you turn it way up. We are going to do some adventuring in a minute, so you can see some of the like stuff that's going on. I just wanted to make sure again my crops are situated 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and then. But it does, like it gets really graphically intense, and when that happens, the game actually, it can take a beating on the Switch. My PC could kind of handle it, but I certainly couldn't record it under those conditions. So let's do. It does. I will say one thing. It has a lot of buttons. They probably could simplify the number of buttons that they have in play in the game, but at the same time, they probably, like they don't really have to. Like it all works. It's just when you set it up on the Steam Deck, or at least when I set it up on my Steam Deck, like there's a lot of things that aren't natively mapped to anything, like the inventory and some of the other screens. You can still get to them in a roundabout way, but anyway, I assume that stuff is maybe even stupider on the Switch, if only because the Switch has even less buttons. The Steam Deck has like an extra 3 buttons on the back of it that the Switch doesn't. So if you're playing on the Steam Deck, holler at me. I can teach you how to. I just don't want to run out of water while I'm in the middle of it. Yeah, I know. I don't want to run out of water while I'm fixing my. Shut up. But other than that, it's a delight. You just get to. I thought I was gonna, like feel more like I was playing a video game once I did it with people, but I recognized that me just sitting here watering my crops is just. Normally I'm airing this on Pets Day, because you can get a pet. I think all the pets are actually what costs money. None of this costs any money. None of it at all. There doesn't seem to be any time gating or anything of that nature. You can get kind of stuck in queue during the loading screen if a lot of people are playing, but the worst, like I've had like maybe 2 minutes. I had to take a break once because there were a lot of people, but I think I read in the news that someone either just bought the company that makes this, or at least the studio that makes this. So there's probably going to be some pretty hefty updates in the near future. Still working out what the trees are for. The fully grown ones, and the problem is I don't know when they're fully grown. Again, it has something to do with the graphical fidelity. I think I'm missing something here. But like these here, I have not watered, or I have not fully grown. And so the only thing I can do for them is water them. But these in the back are fully grown, and once upon a time, they actually gave me some pine cones. But whatever the situation is, my axe currently sucks. So I now just have a bunch of trees that I grew that I can't cut down, and I'm working on doing it to others. But that's a me problem for later. I assume you're not dumb enough to work yourself into that kind of problem. Anything. So after I take care of my crops, hang on, I just want to make sure I did everything. I don't normally do this with a bunch of people in my brain at the same time. But let's drop everything in my box. I've kind of figured out the inventory, and this is a couple of levels of inventory deep. You start with like one line of inventory, and it's dreadful. But the game walks you through a lot of the quests to get some of the good stuff, especially the inventory upgrades. They take you to Zeki's house or whatever. So if you do just want to like fly through the goals to make yourself better in the game, there's a pretty solid path of like a quest line path. I, of course, quickly proceeded to screwing around, and now I have like a million crops and other things that I need to manage on top of a series of quests that need my attention. But that's not going to stop me from recording. I need to just put the whole stack because I have 11 of them. And some of these are like protocols that I've developed from playing like weird Animal Crossing games over the years, so I wouldn't necessarily assume I even left it in the video unless I said something truly insightful, but I doubt that's the case. Anyway, now they're taking care of that business, which I really haven't. I'm just kind of rushing here. I did want to show you guys the cooking, man, because the cooking is so ornate, in fact, that it has shown me some of the mistakes I was in the process of making uh, with Chef Game, which, I wanted to put a ton of different, like, cooking details in that game just to make sure it was, like, authentic. Anyway, this game, there are so many things you can do in it. To say nothing of the fact that I think there's maybe only about can't be more than 20 recipes. That might be a bold-faced lie. It could be more because you can only see the ones that you can do or that the characters have told you about. So who knows how long the path is, much less if I'm going to get that far before they patch more in. Um, but that's kind of the deal with the cooking here is that not only do you just like have your recipes that you select, there are different stations that also allow you to do different things to cook the meals. And I think the way this works in multiplayer is that, like the main player or one of the players can be at the stove, per se. And then other players can be working at the stations to do different things to put the meal together. Because some of them, this is not a complicated one, this is an easy one. They also burn. You can leave them on there for too long and they burn. I learned that the hard way because I logged out one day while I had some cooking going. But these things also have their own recipes, so you can just like make some fish tacos. But I need a free station, which I was actually going to make a new station. So let's go out and see what I need to make a new station. Tons of crafting, tons of recipes to unlock. The characters all have tons to say and tons to do. It's not hard to do. It's really really well made together. Okay, so I need a couple more boards to make that. You're not firing, but we can worry about that in the middle. Minute. Boards, come here. All right, so now I should be able to make an extra prep station. I'm trying to save up to put an expansion on my house. Like my house is pretty dope, but I don't have a ton of room for cooking. And, the more of these stations you got to put together, the more kind of real estate you want. I mean, you understand the basic concept of that. So theoretically, now that I have 2 stations available, I haven't actually been able to make this. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one. So yeah, I got 60 seconds. So you got to get started. So over here, we're going to work on this fish fillet. And the cutting one is usually just the rate of cut is different for each different material. Of course, this is hard when I'm talking. Oh my God. Every different thing has a slightly different rate, of button press, of etc. Again, I normally play this, like in my bed with the Steam Deck, like in my mouth practically. So now I have it across the screen on the TV. There's probably lag involved. You sometimes have to, like, right, I'm running out of time. Hustle. Fish tacos! That's what's up. All right. Yeah, I don't have what I need. I don't know why it says I can make that, but maybe I can try. You can like burn things. Anyway, so we're gonna go to town because I need some groceries. I gotta get some groceries so we can do some better cooking. Just want to make sure my money situation is great. The money works very similar to Stardew Valley, where it doesn't matter what you do, you just kind of like make stuff and then dump it in this box, and then they arbitrarily give you what is this? This is a shell. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can sell those. We could probably sell even more than those. I don't need 10 of them, but I'm reaching the point where there are some things I need to make. Nonetheless, after a couple of minutes, what? After a couple of minutes, the bin will just be like, you made money, but you got to be at your house to do it. So that's kind of the incentive to keep coming back to your house. Like you can't just be out making more money. You got to stay at home for some of it, at least for the unlock moment. The counter keeps going down, so that's nice. Anyway, I finally mastered the rate of running around the town or the map. See, it looks a little better. I think my recording, I didn't have any of the details turned on. I got my glider now, the Zelda glider. That's dope. It is kind of problematic having the detail on because there's a lot of things that before weren't here, and now it has convinced me might be part of the environment. I was supposed to look at a book for some reason. Hold on, let me stop in the library. The books, you can buy a lot of them, and I don't know why, because all you can do is decorate your house with them, but look at how many different books there are. I don't know what each of them are for. Let's see this.
Did you need something?
Newest set of books. What makes a good book? Is for a quest. The best books are those that you learn something from. If you've reached the last page of a book and haven't gleaned any new insight from it, did you actually read it at all? Who used to live at my house? Florentine. Why don't you ask Alicia about her friend? Chat with Larry. Don't forget I'm watching you. If a book goes missing, I know who to blame. Nothing pairs with a good book like a cup of tea. If you could bring me some ginger, I'd be grateful. I definitely don't have any ginger.
At least try to be more respectful of my time.
I can't promise that. Not all the NPCs are wonderful, but some of them very much are. I enjoyed interacting and dealing with some of them. Some of them are kind of upsetting. Who used to live in my housing plot? Florentine, charming fellow, if you consider tinkering with magic. Can we disenchant something of his? No, you, why not? You'll need to know the secret phrase. Just do it quietly and away from me. Really, though, I suggest you'll send whatever you found back where it came from and forget about it. Just like I did with, what was his name? If you've come to reflect on the beauty of the sunset, you should go by to Kenley with your nonsense. You can drone on for hours about the beauty of the burlap sack dancing in the wind. I could really use some leather for a new custom pair of riding boots. Unfortunately, I dread deal with half. Yeah, he's not great. But I definitely don't have any leather. Also, if I did, I wouldn't give it to you because you're kind of mean. But oh, hey, sure, daughter, what's up, girl?
Your day is going better than mine.
Mom's in a bad mood. Your mom sent me to talk to you, so it'll be good. If she sent someone else, what is it? She thinks you're rebelling. Wonder what it is about this time. Did I cut my hair a little too short, or maybe I stayed out too late? No, you know what? I bet it was the fork. I knew that'd drive her crazy. Sorry, I know I should sound like a total spoiled rich girl. Some people have actual problems, and here I am fighting with my mom. It just doesn't seem fair. Her getting to decide everything about my life. She's been pressuring me about declaring my path. Apparently, I'm too old to still be figuring my life out. That is unfair. Thanks, True. It's nice to know I'm not being totally ridiculous. I just want a chance to figure out what I actually like first before I do it for the rest of my life. Maybe I can help? I always kind of thought gardening sounded fun. I always seemed so happy after a day of work. Maybe that could be my path, but I don't know have any seeds or anything to try it out. Do you think you could bring me some? I'll be sure to pay you back. Of course, I can bring you seeds. The buttons are acting up. I'm looking for leather. I want to hire Jet to make me a new jacket. What makes a new book? I can't get into something if there's not any action. I mean, come on, who wants to read something with no blood? I get that. Could you hurry up and get me those seeds? I can't wait to hold a whole bunch of peppers. They give my mom indigestion. Wow, you and your mom really have a thing. But
okay, bye.
Oh, you have a ton of different seeds. That's fine. This is the thing where you can buy these writs with your thing so you can unlock more territory. I'll buy a couple so you guys can see it. There's no real. I can't afford more house, so there's no reason for me to buy more territory. But you can use those writs to do it anyway. They don't cost money. They cost those things you get for talking to doing quests and stuff. It's called renown, I think.
Need something smashed?
Even the most cunning hunter needs a helping hand once in a while. You hear me? If you ever need help, all you have to do is ask. Tell about the survey. Oh man, based on that, I already have the perfect book. There's action, romance, violence, an exotic setting, and the style can't be beat. Not to mention the story's full of heart and soul. Huh? Where did I go wrong? Maybe remove the phrase rippling arm. No, I love that. Focus on the character connection. You want to know about how me and Talon connected? Well, that feels a bit a little too dirty for the local library. Oh, you meant emotionally. Okay, I got it. Let's see where you're coming from. I'll try another draft. Let you know how it goes. Ooh, 30 copper. Thanks, girl. Sorry if I space out. I've been dreaming about my perfect blade. Could design your ideal weapon. Great sword. Those arms, I'd start working out if you were a main weapon. Hey, man, don't be mean. Get worried about Hassian. Boy gets tired running around. Would you bring him some grilled meat? It's one of his favorites. I actually would. I probably have some grilled meat on me. That being said, I ain't seen Hassian in a minute because he sucks. But sorry I'm shopping on camera. I guess I probably should have planned this better. Oh my God, Hassian!
What do you want?
Be swift about it. I have things to get to. Yeah, I know. You are really, really mean. But your mama said you could use some grilled meat. And I. Oh my God, the one time I ain't got no grilled meat. Well, I guess never mind. Let's take a look at the store. At least then it won't be a waste of your time. Flare arrow? Ugh, I don't need anything fancy. Another cool thing, the characters don't make you feel guilty about wasting their time. There's no dialogue for like, oh, you didn't want to use my store? That sucks, or anything like that. Never thought I'd be leaving the city. I'm not going to talk to these people while I'm on camera. I can do this on my own time, but I do need
I have
to.
to leave for a mysterious reason. Oh,
I bet. I do need to look at the store. This is the cook, and he has all the recipes. You can see these are all the ones I unlocked, but look, there's so many more to go, and they're very expensive. Anyway, they're all very complicated to make, and I can't wait to do it more.
Cooking emergency.
But even after you do those, there's even some more over here that I don't think those are in his list, so I got to get these too. It's a lot. You don't make a ton of money, so there is a lot of incentive to grind, but I suspect there's probably more effective ways to do it than I am. I just like cooking. You know, like you can spend all day mining and reselling the stuff back to the other characters. You can just run around and forage. You can fish. There's like tons of different ways to just like randomly make money in the game. All right, now hold on. I gotta. Well, I'm still wicked. I'm worm maker. Did I ever actually make that worm maker? Still not ready for the spicy pepper seeds, but that's all right. I didn't look at the stuff I need. Well, I always need. All right, I always need. Do I need spice sprouts? Yeah, I always need spice sprouts. I need garlic too. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do some cooking, so I want you guys to be able to see it. And, you know, 3 of those, and then I know I was out of those. I think that's it. I think that's all I really need, but we'll see. If not, I'll come back. I'm making all my own seeds now, so I don't need to buy those anymore. That's nice. Anyway, the next backpack up is like 5 Gs, and then this is free. You can get the bug catching is probably. I don't know if I'll do it because I don't need to yet, but it's coming. That's the next kind of activity, I guess, that I haven't recorded. I already did hunting. I already did grilling and some of the others. I'm better with the bow now. I have better arrows, etc. Still kind of tough. Still not super easy to do, but I'm better now than I was. I'm just concerned about the audio. I'm just like over here fussing with the laptop while I load. All right. So shoutouts to you for watching. I don't think I covered that in the redo because this is technically the second recording or second start. You know, it's hard to do. It's hard to make a B YouTuber. All right. So what did I get? That's some cotton seeds, I guess. Thanks a lot. His name's not Jinx. It's whatever the cat is. Well, I guess I need to show you guys some fishing too. Do I need any crab? No, we're going home to cook. Is there anything else down here that's cool to do on camera? This is just a copy of Reth's store. I thought for sure there's something else. I mean, well, I guess I can cook here, right? Yeah, let's do that. Or fish here. Oh god. For starters, I think I nailed it. It's fine. To catch the fish, oh, I tapped the screen and didn't catch the fish. Great, good job. Doesn't matter, I wasn't using my worms. But you can kind of move during the cast to set it up. You do have a gigantic cast range, which is sometimes kind of awkward, but You can figure it out pretty easy. Two, three, and then the fourth, right? So you got to pull them in, which I wasn't doing. And then some of them jump too. It's a lot to catch some of them, but apparently not these. I thought maybe because I'm down here, there would be some special fish down here. I blew it. I'm. Listen, don't tell me how to fish. Okay? I can fish. I actually can't fish. I've only fished like twice in my life, and I don't think I did well. But I was there, and that was important to, I believe, either my father or my uncle, whichever one of them took me. It might also have been a progression of cousins, but that's how memorable the experience was, i.e., it wasn't. Nonetheless, I don't need to go in your office. I need to go home. The quick thing I was talking about before, it has a timer on it. So after you use it, um, I don't know how long the timer is because I always spend enough time to time it back, queue it back up. But that's why the quick travel is all over the map. The fast travels, they cost money. Like nothing. You can definitely afford it. It's not hard, but it does cost a little bit more money. All right, so IFCs, is anything ready? Nothing is ready. Okay, and none of you need water, and none of you are offering me anything. That's lovely. So, we need to get my girl some seeds, but not until after we do some cooking. Well, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. We are supposed to be making a worm farm. Worm farm requires. Oh no, I have leather. So what do I need? I just need some copper blocks. And am I really out of copper? What is that? Oh, there's some copper blocks though. Is that enough? Is that more copper or is that the other stuff? Was those ceramics or were those coppers? Is this the same stuff? Did I just not have it on me? Oh, because what's her name just get? Oh, hustle it up. It is kind of weird the way the hoppers work. I mean, they're trying to keep you from wasting your stuff, but as like a perennial like a speed hound over here, it's sometimes kind of weird for me that I got to get it from one place to take it to another place to ready it for a third place, and all the treasure chests are linked, which is nice, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to like get a good grasp of what you have in a particular like area. Like I usually use what area I'm in. Okay, so I can place items in there to produce worms and fertilizer. Now what happened? This is the first I've ever done this, but let's see what I have the most of. I got the most. What is this? Is this like a pie? That's blueberry jam. All right, that's interesting. We got milk. I could throw milk in there, but these onions, I grew onions. I have to grow potatoes. Like whoa. So we'll throw an hour. Okay. And put it on. Okay, but it's got plenty of room. I don't know. Oh, you can even throw food and stuff in there. So this is just like an all-purpose. Can't think of the term. Composter. Good news there. Use the worms for fishing. Like when you're got your rod out, you have a couple of choices between what you can use, and the worms get you better fish. All right, let's do some cooking. Let's do some real cooking. Let's hope I got everything I need. So this one, like I don't have which is spicy things, but I got to reach like level 6. Now, why can't I make this? Because I need an additional station. What kind of station is that? It doesn't say. I just need another stove. Do I not know how to make a stove? Is that it? Maybe I don't know. Is this a stove? No, that's an oven. Do I just not know how to make a stove? I thought for sure I had a stove by now. Is this the stove? This is the stove. Do I need a second stove? That'd be crazy. I think I need a second stove. What did it take to make a second stove? It's not on there. Oh, somebody gave me my stove, I think. I don't think I made my stove. Did I? Your tools all break, but you can repair them all pretty easily. There's a couple different ways to do it. No, I definitely made my stove. It just might not be called a stove. Did I? No, maybe someone gave me the first stove. I think maybe someone gave me the first stove, which would be crazy. All right, well, I did not imagine that'd be, but you know, maybe that's how they keep. Maybe that's how they force you to have some multiplayer only recipes. Sucks, but it's your game. You do what you want with it. All right, so that one I cannot make because it definitely requires either two people or two stoves. This one I can't make because I'm still missing some stuff. Steak dinner I've made before. This one is actually kind of tricky, as you can see. But come over here, you work on the spice sprouts. These things can be found all over the map. They can't. They are really, really rare. But the game makes it sound like they're everywhere. Anyway, what I normally do is I buy a bunch of them from Seki. As you saw, I bought 3 of them. But as you can see over my shoulder there, that thing is saying flip. If I don't flip it, like the recipe will be degraded. It won't be ruined, but it can be made worse. But I have learned to kind of, there we go, fit everything in. That's my bread. Thank you. Get my bread before it burns. Add the ingredients. Add the ingredients. Flip it one more time and boom! Steak dinner. Love it. It's so good. Anyway, this is what I've been doing with my free time. Um, fudge. I do. All right. Well, hold on. I'm gonna work on. Give me a second. Um, I, we don't have to talk about it. I have a lot of fun with it. So you unfortunately will have to watch this game on Thursdays for a while. I mean, I don't know about for a while. I got some other options for what I could be playing on Thursdays. It's just while I'm working on Shelter, I'm trying not to dig myself into too many like other gaming/attention holes. So it's nice to have something like this that speaks to me in a really like serene way. That's also like I don't know if it's full of content, but it's definitely got enough for me. Like I haven't been able to stop making these stupid steak dinners since I got the ability to do so. And every time I unlock a new recipe, I'm just so excited to be able to make it that I immediately run out into the map and find whatever I need for it. Which, of course, has caused me to do other quests, some of which I'm pretty much ignoring, and some of them are like really, really story. The characters really seem like they might need me to get involved, but the game doesn't seem to care if you just spend all day cooking. So as long as you pay pay Zeki for your grocery money. Just flip this real fast. Oh, right up top. Never had one of those. Oh God, I blew it. There we go. Sorry, focus issues. Kind of in the kitchen. Stay on task. Don't have time to be screwing around with my audience. Oh my God, it's all bookshelf now. There's no Spidey. I thought for sure Spidey was in the shot. Add. No, not that. Add. I don't know. One more flip. At least you guys got to see what happens when you screw up a flip. I don't do it a lot, but it happens. I'm also not sure how many stars anything can get. Okay, so that's butter and that's sprouts. All right, so what else can I make? Ramen. I need more mushrooms, which I ain't got. But mushrooms actually are pretty easy to come by. You don't have to really fight yourself too hard to make those. This is 250 versus that. The dumplings is the more important one. Focus is how you gain experience, right? So everything you do in the game, all the different facets, and I'm covering the part of the screen where it would be indicated to you, so I can't really show you. Everything you do, cooking, fishing, blah, 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 has a skill level associated with it. Mine are up to about 4 or 5, some of them, but there's also one for furniture making. Fudge. I haven't had. I mean, I made a couple pieces of furniture, but my house is too small, so I haven't really made a lot of furniture, so that is still like level 1. But all the others have been like progressing, fairly naturally. I assume my cooking skill, or at least the experience associated with it, is kind of high, but I'm out of focus right now, so I'm not getting nothing for this work. Work. This is play. I love it so much. Yay! All right, so just like add the ingredients. Hey, can I don't. Gotta mix the dumplings. Sorry, after you chop up all these, that's what I mean, right? So anyway, this was the part where I started to realize that like I may have not maybe not lost my mind, but like overshot what was fun in Chef Game. Because in Chef Game, I was thinking a lot of the same things. I was like, no, there's going to be a ton of different appliances in the kitchen. The player's going to run from each one, and they're going to, do this and do that. And then, like, I started putting them together, and I was like, is it going to work? Anyway, then I stopped working on it, and that's fine. But now I'm playing this, and this game has all the components I was thinking of doing. Look at that. So much focus. All right, let me on the menu. I got to do some more cooking. Nope, I'm not trying to place it. All right, now. I think I'm going to get to make one steamed fish, but I'm definitely riding that dumpling train. Again, they don't sell for very well, so you're definitely doing this for the love of the game or the experience that's associated with it. I don't even know if the games are good, but I don't get a lot of joy out of chopping trees. I imagine there's a lot of people who do. Like if you look outside my house, there's tons and tons and tons of trees on the house plot. You can cut them down at your leisure, and you can definitely, like grind levels with the associated vendor to make sure your axe is better than mine, so you can do it. But I really haven't reached the point when I need to take down a super big tree. I thought I bit that one for sure. So it's not a huge priority for me, but at the same time, there are definitely a couple of missions that are like, hey, we need a pile of wood. And I'd be like, well, I'm not going to take all day cutting down the crappy trees. I'm just going to wait until I get a better axe. And the axe requires you to talk to one NPC, and that NPC doesn't hang out all the time. I keep pressing that button too much. Oh god, I bugged it. There we go. Still in early access, still not perfect. But again, totally free. Totally worth your time. And unlike Disney Dreamlight Valley, doesn't crash. And I think they may have finally figured that out in Disney Dreamlight Valley, but yeah, I don't have. That's not a thing. Can I make some tacos? I cannot. I need more. I need more. It's right like Spice Sprouts. And the game is like, oh, I'm just in the forest. Go grab some. It's just never happens that way. I'm even out of meat. I'm out of meat. All right, well, we can do some hunting in the next one. And I still can't bake this or whatever. But tragically, it has been 30 minutes for y'all. So I am going to, I don't know, maybe not play this anymore because I'm just going to play it later. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a hunting episode later on. Everything's hooked up, right? I got nothing else going anyway. You don't care about all that plot. Flibbity flobbity floop. Shout out to you for watching.